Hey everybody, Earth Citizen coming back to you with a 4K video. I'm going to be reviewing this Apple Watch Ultra 3. So what we got here is the box and everything that came with it. It comes with a charger, the strap that you ordered. These straps come in different colors. This is the Ocean strap. It's very comfortable because on a watch like this, you really do want it tight on your wrist, so that it can pick up your heart rate and your BPMs, and you can do your ECGs and all that. Got it password protected, of course. So every time I take it off my wrist, it does that, but that's kind of what it looks like. Sapphire crystal, so this is extremely hard to scratch. Titanium, this is a natural titanium look. Okay. You've got a crown here. This is your setup button, so if you press that, it's going to ask for my password. And then this is one that's programmable to do anything you want. You can program it to launch the translator. You can program it as a flashlight like I have, so the screen on this will get a bright white, and you can adjust the brightness using this crown. And this crown feels a lot like the crown from the AirPod Maxes. It's very smooth. And then when you are clicking on things, it'll have a feedback click in the button. So let's go ahead and I'll show you this watch and some of the features that I know about it. But this is just really a quick unboxing, get to knowing. So this is what they give you. Tells you everything about the watch. You can even do depth gauge on here. This watch reminds me of when to, that's the cable it comes with. This watch reminds me of when it's to wash my hands when I come home. It measures me, and then you got a beautiful scenery. I'm not sure where that's at. Maybe someone can leave it in the comments. I don't know if that's California. I don't know if that's Alaska. I don't know what's going on with that. But adventure awaits, basically, is what they're trying to sell you, I am now an outdoorsman, and I'm getting into it. I'm not a hunter or anything, but I like to be in the mountains and the trees. So let's open this box here. So it kind of opens like this. This is the presentation, and then you lift these guys off. And that allows you to open up the rest. And so this is the box the watch and the charger would come in. So let me open that for you. It's empty now, but I don't think I need to show you the charger. It's just, got a white dongle on the end, and it's magnetic. So yeah, the watch would be here, and then your charging cable with magnetic dock is in there. So there's plenty of like stands where you can put your magnetic dot. Let me go grab mine, and I'll show you how it works. So I bought this one at Toyota. I think I paid like 25 bucks for it. The only thing I don't like about it is you have to have multiple cables. So this is the cable that came with the watch. And you can see I stuck this part of it in here. So if I take the watch, it'll stick there like a magnet. See how it kind of just finds its place, and it'll charge it just like that. The only issue is if I want to charge a phone too, I have to plug another cable into this slot. USB-C. I think this says out. No, it says in, I believe. Yeah, USB-C in. So I have to plug another USB-C. No, you plug one USB-C cable in here for power, like with the power brick, right? And then if you want to charge your phone too, you got to do a USB-A, which I think is really lame because that's going to be slow. So it's going to be USB-A to C. And then, yeah, I don't think you can have two power cables. So it'd be USB-A to C, and then you would have to plug it into your watch. This is a wireless charger, and it will work if you're not charging the watch at the same time. So if you just have the one USB-C cable in here and you set your phone down in here, it'll work. Even with my phone's giant case, it still works. So it's kind of pain. You can't really, I believe, I don't know how you can charge both at the same time. And then there's also another charging thing down here, I guess, for headphones or something. But it seems to only charge one thing at a time. I haven't really quite figured figured it out and I've ditched the instruction booklets. But there's tons of accessories you can get for this in terms of how you want to charge it every night. I normally wake up in the morning because I use it to get my sleep score, and I'll show you that stuff now. So there's your band that it comes with, this Ocean Gem band, nothing exciting in that box. So that's kind of the presentation of the Apple Watch. So let's actually get into the watch and what it can do. So this watch has its own cellular number. So if I'm like going kayaking, for example, I'll leave my phone in the car and then I will use my watch instead. And under this, I haven't quite figured it out. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments, but since it has its own number, will texts that are going through to my phone, which is a different number, will they still come through on my watch? Or are they going to have to text my watch directly? I don't know. I haven't really ironed out all the keys. Well, that's my watch face, and it's like a compass. It's a dual compass. So you got a compass down here, compass down here with all your azimuths, which is just the degrees that you're looking at. If I push this button on the side, it pulls up all my apps. See, and I can scroll through them just with the thing. So that's what that button does if you want to launch the app. And you can change the screen. They do have a funny like circular world screen where you can kind of like, use your hand, obviously, and then pick the app you want. But the apps are just pictures. And some of these apps I've never seen before, So like the ECG. I mean, it's just a picture. It doesn't tell me what it is. Sorry about not being focusing. I don't know what the deal is today. Why won't you focus? I need to clean your camera. Okay. That's a little better. So if I push this button, I got all my apps, right? Starting from the top, activity, alarms, app store. So you can download new apps. Audiobooks, I can listen to audiobooks. I've got one of my playlists downloaded on here. I wish they made it bigger than 64 gigabyte, but I'm sure that would definitely increase the size of the watch, which when you're wearing a 49 millimeter watch, especially women, you don't need it to be any bigger. Blood oxygen, so let's try that. The warning, done. Okay, I don't need tips. Okay. Make sure your watch is tight. Keep your watch facing up and try not to move. Resting your wrist on a table can help, okay? So let's do this. Let's start. Okay, so this says recording complete. You can view your blood oxygen results in the health app. So this does connect with the help app. It also connects with the watch app. So the watch app will allow you to get like more faces for free, more watch faces. If you want to make it look like an Omega or Rolex, you can do that. I prefer something practical. So how this watch works is it has its own cellular and GPS chip, okay? So if you're out in the wilderness and you lose like cell signal or Wi-Fi or anything, as long as you have a clear view of the sky, this can send messages through the satellites that Apple has or lease or whatever they do. So what happens is, or Verizon, it connects to the satellite and you can send like emergency texts to family. I don't know if they're limited in what you can say or if you can type a whole paragraph, but they're probably like pre-selected things you can say and send to emergency service. Sorry, the phone stopped automatically because I got something. It says, "Good morning, Jason." 9:30 is usually my wake-up time, so. But yeah, let's look at all the other apps in here. Let's see, we've got audiobooks, blood oxygen, calculator, calendar, camera, remote. So if you want to take pictures with your phone and set it up somewhere, you can use this as a remote for your camera. Compass, which is already all over my watch. Contacts, cycle tracking, that's for women. Depth gauge, ECG. Let me show you how this one works. It's pretty cool. So you got to hold this right here. I'm not pushing it. You just got to hold it. So this will kind of tell you if you have atrial fibrillation or if your heart rate's high, which I have a feeling my heart rate's above 100 at least, but not 120. Usually when I get above 120, I'm manic or I've been doing too much and I'm excited. So I got to keep that in check. So the main reason why I bought this was for health. Okay, so it's saying average. 92 BPM average. Okay, so I'm good. Press this again. You can see it takes me right here. So my fitness center is EOS Fitness, and I can get into all the machines and access if you have the top membership. Find devices, that's cool. Because what you can do, I'll show you how to do it real quick here in a second. So if I'm back on the home page and I'm like, where's my watch? You push the setup button, which is right here. Push the setup. And that'll come up. And then you can see this one with the phone vibrating. You just hit that. I just found you, see? So, yeah, I mean, it's obviously my phone we're recording on, so. But it's great. It gives you, when you hit it, it'll tell you which direction to go and how many feet you are away. And when you get closer and closer, it beeps again. It's all automatic. And then when you pick up your phone, your watch is like, you found your phone. The watch can also be used to unlock the phone once they're linked, so that's nice. Let's see. I mean, it is $800, I understand, but honestly, I'd rather have this than a fancy Rolex because I love watches, and of course, when I go out on dinner dates and stuff, I'm not going to wear my Apple Watch, but this is my daily driver, Heart rate, that's pretty much the same thing. We know what my heart rate is. Mail, maps. Yep, so if you use Apple Maps in your car, the watch will integrate with that. And actually, I don't even have to have the maps up on the screen because I just look at my watch and it says 1 mile, turn. Then when it gets close to turning, it'll vibrate intensely, like to let you know that you need to turn. That's nice because Apple CarPlay, you can split the screen and have the map on one, the current music, the calendar, whatever, however you set it up. Apple CarPlay keeps improving, so. But I like to have my music up. There's a stopwatch. I don't know why that came up, but okay, so flashlight. I'll show you how that works. Flashlight turn on, see, and then you can adjust the brightness. See? And actually, this does help. I was able to walk through my backyard and dodge poop mines. So, and then press it once again, it turns off. But you can set that button up to do like translations if you're out of the country. I'll show you how the translation thing works. Just trying to show all the things here. Find people, heart rate, mail, maps. So this is good because I have all my medications that I take. And so if I am picked up by EMS, they can look at my medications on my phone without unlocking it. Emoji, haven't messed with that. Messages. Mindfulness, that's a cool app, just to calm down at the end of the day. That's actually the moon phases will tell me, if it's a gibbous, whatever phase. I've got my music on here, which hopefully is all downloaded by now. I don't know how big my music playlist was, but so I think it's fully downloaded. I'm not sure what this progress is. But yeah, so you can play music on here. I'm probably going to get copyrighted by this, but I'm trying to figure it out. I was actually walking around Walmart the other day listening to music. Play. Are you ready? That's about as loud as it gets. So that's not too bad if you're out shopping. You can turn the volume down a little bit and still be able to listen to your music. And people within 10 feet will probably won't hear you. Maybe someone who's passing on top of you. See? I don't care about monetizing my videos. I care about good content. We're going to go and pause that. You guys know who Fergie is. So let's go back to the apps. Let's go back music recognition. That's Shazam. If you want to know what a song is. That noise, that's what prevents me from blowing my ears out if I'm listening to headphones or in the car too loud. You can take quick notes just by saying, Siri, oh, she's listening. I thought it had to be, hey, Siri. But anyways, you tell her, hey, make a quick note. She'll do it, and it'll go in your notes. That also syncs to your phone. Now, playing phone, you can call from your phone. You can see photos, podcasts, reminders. There's a remote if you want to control the Apple TV. Settings, shortcuts, sirens, sleep, stock, stopwatch, Strava. I mean, there's let's look at the Translate app. So this is what I got to say. Excuse me, can you show me which way is the gym? And it does that, and you can either show that to the person you're trying to talk to, or you can play.
Entschuldigen Sie, können Sie mir zeigen, wie das Fitnessstudio ist?
Perfect German. So yeah, I'm trying to learn German right now, so that's helpful. So the watch face, like this part, can be changed into anything. So show me where my car is, show me where my house is. I'm not sure what that does. Anything. Oh, okay. You can change the symbol of where you're at. So instead of a flag, I think I'm going to put a house. Yeah, put a house. There we go. So now there's a house here. My house. I don't know what all this does. Backtrack. Record path. This down here. Oh, that just makes it flatter. Okay, yeah, so you can change. I can zoom in and out. See that? Oh, sorry, I was off track here. Yeah, I can zoom in and out. But you can change, like if I go back to the watch face, you can change that to be something different. Like you can do like the universe. And in terms of watch faces, I think, yeah, so I have this one and that one. The green's pretty hot too, isn't it? But the problem with this one is I don't have the date up here. That can be changed. Can definitely be changed. But I like this one better because it just gives me more useful information. I got the degrees. And I've got, the Sunday, February 1st. No, I'm going too far. Sunday, February 1st, you got this here. You can also make this analog if you want. You can make it analog. This thing's pretty incredible what I can do with it. I can use it to find my phone because I'm losing my phone all the time. I can use it for swimming. I can use it to meditate. I can use it to catch me when my blood pressure is getting high because I am bipolar manic. So if my blood pressure BPM starts shooting up, I got to start thinking, oh, maybe I'm manic, or I'm just excited. It really depends. I have to feel it for myself. And I typically take it off in the morning to let it charge while I'm having my coffee. By the time I'm done getting dressed 100%, so I can wear it to bed to get my sleep score tracker done. And there's other apps, like I think it's called Writhings. All those stuff is behind a paid block wall, or paywall. So to basically unlock any feature, you have to pay for it through subscription, but it's good as a free app. You can track your weight, you can track your medications in the health app, what you're on. It'll double check to make sure that there's no interactions between. Why does it keep going to that? I don't want that. Go away. So yeah, it's a great watch. Yeah, it's expensive, $8.99. I think I've seen them on sale before for like $7.99 or $7.49. The new one, the Apple 4, is supposed to be slimmer and not as big, I think. Those are the rumors, but yeah, that'll come out probably around September or so. I don't understand why it keeps going back to this. Maybe I clicked on something. Oh, let's click on this. Let's click on this. Backtrack. Delete. So So maybe now that I backtrack off, it'll stop doing that. But yeah, the band is very comfortable, even though it's tight. It basically feels like rubber. I'm sure it's recycled something. And they do have fancier bands if you want to be fancy schmancy. They've got NATO bands and stuff. And obviously you can buy your own bands as long as you... I mean, there's tons of aftermarket people that make bands for this that'll slide in here. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want to, change your bands every day or once a week or something to keep things fresh, that's good. But this is a business/health watch. So this is when you're working, when you're hanging out in the forest with your buddies, whatever. This is a workhorse. Now, I have, an Omega, I've got a Tissot, so I understand watches very well, but I can't deny the technology greatness of this watch and the functionality of it. So I give it a big thumbs up. I don't know about the 11 or whichever the other one is that's just out, but the Ultra Watch 3 is pretty amazing, and I'm glad that the wife gave me the okay to get it for my health, Anyways, you guys take care of yourselves and have a great day, and thank you for watching. Earth Citizen out.